حياكم الله مرة ثانية. أغرب شيء الحين في القناة هذه دنقنرونبا. نكمل الحين. طب خلصنا احنا الحين كل شيء هنا. شوف السكين كلمناهم. شوف هناك. طيب تارب يختلف عن ذاك اللي تغطاه وش اسمه تاكن القضية الثالثة. هذاك أزرق، هذا وسخ عليه طين. يعني شو واحد كان دافن الجثة؟ لا، كان فوق نظيف بس انه وسخ. طب اللي تحت نظيف ليه؟ طيب ما اشوف شيء ثاني هنا غريب. something called crazy diamond. اتوقع لقينا هنا كل شيء. يب هذا زين تشيك. يب هذا الحين نروح لما الجيم. موربا كيوكو. كدنا كيوكو ولا لا؟ او انه هل هي موكورو؟ صح، مع بياكويا المفتاح. بياكويا بلعب المفتاح. بياكويا الله لا يبارك فيك. يا بدي انا ضايد حبت هيلت. لا ليه؟ Because we're going to go with the صح. Just take it up, find me again like كل تبن. حلا ياخذك. هاي بياكل قضية حياتي تعتمد على هذا الشيء. لا مالي خلق. الله يبارك فيك انت. خلاص شوف احنا قنبلة نتأكد. وين اختفت؟ قنبلة اختفت. اي صح صح. بعذر ما نكون بترك اسلحة زي كذا. هذا fragment of find the garden. لا تكون نفس القنبلة اللي طلعناه. كوكوز روم. خلنا نرجع لنبياك يا ابن الذين. اي بياكو يلا عاد. وانا اخوك صدق. يلا اوكي غير راي بسرعة. يلا بياك الله يهينك افتح الباب. يقول نشوف. ايش توقعت؟ دي خلنا نشوف ايش بيقول لغة الحمام. Here's the bathroom. Have certain I'll try it but not looking. قال زين لا تشوف جوا. 6 وش ذا؟ What؟ كد افتح. Backers of those to dish public bathhouse is kid. I know I never go to a public bathhouse. لا صح كذا عندك واحد بالبيت لحالك. وين؟ I'm mistaken I'm pretty sure. اي صح لان هي الوحيدة اللي قربها خزنات. ايش نسينا؟ السرير. لا نسي anything here at least not as fast. صح. خشوا بياكيا. What? Just thought I might find some kind of clue here. Come on. لا that's why you made me. يعني أنا ما حدا كان غاصبك تجي. يقولك عطني المفتاح وأنا اللي بروح. فيه؟ Give me something.
It's true.
Consider the symbol of determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it. صح. طيب. Give it to me. Said something happen. I should open it.
Interesting.
بس not me happen. يلا افتح شوف خل نشوف. وش راح يقول مقلبتك يا ابوي جوا؟ Single piece of paper under the sheet. Under the sheets.
What?
Under the sheets. قص السرير. وشو؟ under a piece of paper. ورقة ثانية. Class 78 student أما عاد سجله موكورو ايكوسابا.
I see.
كل مع كل شيء مع بهالطول والوزن كل شيء. صح يتكلم عن المفتاح أمس. That must be the blank. طيب سلم indulge hurry up. طيب. Name Mookuro Ikusaba, sex female. The ultimate soldier, although small for her age, ultimate soldier, although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed up interest in the military from childhood as soon as found. ساتر من الكتاب هذه كوجيما؟ يجيك يطلع الماستر مايند كوجيما يقول Did you like it? Elementary school she won a survival game tournament and began ساتر وش هي هاكر جيم بعد tournament and began writing for a military magazine. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japan media outlets, and an intense international investigation turned up no information. She was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later alone and completely unannounced. She relieved that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir, and for those 3 years. She said that she had been kidnapped, that she had received a battle training for her own volition. عشان هي اللي قالت أنا اللي بروح من حالي. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. يعني بيقولون خطفت ثم قالوا لا ما انخطفت دخلت مع مرتزقة. بس لما قالت أنا ما انخطفت قالت أنا اللي قررت أدخل من حالي. حرفيا واضح هذه كوجيما كاتبة.
I see.
In the name Fenrir in a place like this شلون يعني؟
Naturally.
Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle crazed warmongers. يا ساتر. The water moved from the one I live in. طيب في عدل I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero. شلون؟ Put a little hand there. So what if we did?
Hey, come on now.
ماشي الحمد لله ما راح يزعجنا بقى. In case you're wondering, I'm not holding against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. So there are no rules against stealing, is there? صح. But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted the headmaster rule. يا ساتر. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out, slice it up. يا ساتر.
What?
A rule violation really unforgivable, so you quit it. So I can't adamant about those recursion of yours. صدق أنا تهتم بالقواعد حقتك. Following all rules.
Of course.
Never complain about how unfair it is. صح أنت اللي مسويه. So by the one writing all the rules, they're actually one of the participation in the killing game. شلون هو واحد منا يعني؟
Hey,
We got first together. طيب. The first meeting all had little misunderstanding among you. شلون؟
in other words,
There weren't actually 15. The total of 16. ترى موكورو ايكوسابا. طب راهي ما طلعت.
Why?
صحيح شو يقول لنا. Because, like I told you, this kind of game is desperately popular. ساتر، وش السالفة؟
Yes, indeed.
لا.
Well, now.
هذا بيعلمنا الحين بيطلع. Revenge. بينتقم من مين؟ I want to get back the sneaky Miss Gregory. تبغى شغلة secret with you. وشو؟
Hey,
No, she wear those stupid gloves in it. Gloves day in, day out. طيب. I know, but I told you. But she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars. طيب اليدين اللي لقيناها كانت نظيفة. صح. هل معقولة تكون هذه يده؟ الحين ما شفنا كيوكو، ما شفنا يدين كيوكو. يب.
What?
وشو فخه؟
Such ignorance.
وش قال؟ طيب قال 60 من موكورو يتحدنا. So to tell us that Moukoro is the one creating the rules of the game. طيب. It's clear so he wouldn't. طيب. Maybe the fact he said the proof of Moukoro is connected to the case. صح.
It's certainly possible.
هل هي اللي قتلت كيوكو؟ أو لو بس إذا طلعت كيوكو راح تصير موكورو هي الميتة. أو إنه العكس يعني هل كيوكو هي اللي قتلت موكورو مو موكورو قتلت كيوكو.
It's all clear now.
So is it the culprit, huh? وراه. Despair is the mastermind's true identity. طيب. It's true that Marco's behavior makes no sense. صح. صح ليش هو يطلع يعلمنا منها هو.
So in other words.
يعجبني جب. قالك اوه في طالب 16 ثم بعد ما شفت اللي بعده الطالب 16 هذا ميت. يلا القوه. موكورو كيم. يمكن اتوقع. sure there one other place. Yep. تكلم عن الدوجو.
Let's go.
يلا خل نروح نشوفه. وكان الخزنة رقم 6. لقينا بغرفة كيوكو. وش كان يسوي هناك؟
I see. Very strange.
Yep. استخدمه. طيب ايش قاعد تحتري؟ صادق والله. اخلص. كليك. اسهم. If titanium which means they're quite strong despite how tiny they are. شلون كان من تيتانيوم قويات؟ تيتانيوم ايرو. ايش ذاك اللي تحت؟ واو اشترطون عليه دم؟
I see.
شلون؟ الشاب اشترطون عليه الدم هنا.
Very strange.
وشو؟ Something that were clearly related to the case. The key to the locker wind up. صح. Or perhaps وشو؟ أو إنه العكس.
What?
Something we need to look into. وين نروح من الاركايف يعني؟ لازم نروح للاركايف.
Let's go.
يجيب القضية الأخيرة تقول ما خلق يلا اخلص علينا. يلا بياكل انت عاد اللي تقريتهم هذول كلهم.
I see.
وشو؟ It says what language is this? يا ساتر. سقودة فرنسي. شو most high scholars can speak French. يلا بالله اقرا لي تكفى. Paid it 100 times over. طيب سام. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Like military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. Diamond Dogs. حلو. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the wolf Rengako, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They're involved in countless military battles and operations. All of them in the Diamond Dogs. Most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activities. ليه? At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. They are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that they were monitoring internal tensions within the group. They simply imploded. شلون يعني؟ الحين في شيئين يقولون انهم ماتوا عشان ما حد يطلع يفضحهم، والثانيين يقولون انهم كان بينهم هواش وذبحوا بعض. So just like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't this our reality and the only reality of those people of the world. طب نقدر نثق بهالمعلومات اللي عندنا. Makes it all so exciting. بياك الله يهديك بس لا تطلع لي توكو مرة ثانية تقلب علي. Maybe last about طيب وش فيه؟ Post something about where the name Fenrir comes from. Said Fenrir is the wolf of Rengaku. They can eventually like to know something interesting related to that وشو؟ طيب. خلنا. لحظة. Would get it to representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. لحظة. Somewhere on their body. لحظة. شعار. هذا شعار ذيب. تاتو فنرير كذا مين؟ عشان ممكن ايكوسابا هي عضو فنرير.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
يقول بس علمهم الحين بسرعة.
It's time to begin the last trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
الله. يب جاء الوقت.
That's right.
قال عندنا قليلين بياكم كل شرب together. كنا قاعدين نحقق. صح وانتم بعد بياكم هنا ما منه فايدة. We're making some kind of creepy fantasy.
What?
اسكتوا تكفون. Anytime. يقصد مانكوما. 5 minutes. became 10. يا ساتر قاعدين. صح ليش مانكوما ما طلع لي الحين؟ لا هذا هو. Or what? Jesus.
Come on.
صح وراك مطول انت. What I made you wait. You got it all backward. You're the ones making me wait. شلون؟
In other words,
انت arrive you can start. لحظة. كلنا احنا كلنا موجودين. ايش يعني كيوكو ولا زالت عايشة؟ 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait. لا. If it's me wait for him here. Yep.
Hey.
جت. No, that's a ghost. And if I do it the class trial, I need to save some of the fun for later.
What?
Is that right?
صح. ما خربت القواعد. Make sure you sorry later. Pass the butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
Indeed.
وين كنتي؟ شلون؟ Is I now gotta deal with ghost. احنا ما قلنا هي بشبح.
Let's go.
يلا عاد لا نخلي مانكوما يطول زيادة، ينتظر زيادة ترى بيعصب. أين كنتي؟ صدق والله وين؟
Correct.
The second floor of the dorms. الطبقة الثاني. ها أجل بالطبقة الثانية اللي عندنا مفتوح ولا فيه كاميرات ولا شيء.
So.
ايش ما يصير؟ رهيب راح تفتش كل شيء من جد. صح.
However.
الشاشة كذا طولت.
Wrong.
شلون؟
In other words.
Come a secret tool which can open any. المفتاح.
Just a second.
طيب سم يلا.
Makoto. It would seem.
Probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. شلون هي ملحظة. يلا لو طولنا مالكم راح يزعل. بيقول شلون ما خلقكم اعدام كلكم مع بعض. والله احنا قليلين بقوة. كلنا ساكتين ما في حد قال شيء. اكيد انه ديسبير. واو ورا كذا زهرية.
I can't wait. Thrills, chills, kills.
يلا خلنا نبدا. ديدلي جاجمنت. ابغى مرة يقول ديدلي ثم قال شلون اخص علينا بس. كذا بخزن من جدك. سو سيف. بشوف الأدلة على السريع. فلتنا قليلة والله 18 بس. جثة الفيك نيلز. الشعار. جزء من القنبلة. سبرينكلرز. مثل لقينا الجثة. كيلي. السكين. هذا الغطاء. دجاجة. بياكويا. الجثة قبل الانفجار. سجل موكورو. ما قالنا في 16 طالب. مفتاح على اسهم. شططون. كيوكو اكاونت. قالت ان عنده شيء سري. خلنا نحط سكيل. مرة قليلة عندي ف اعتقد اني نحط كون كومبوز. يلا كلاس ترايل.
Let's begin with a basic if you can figure it
طيب.
out. Okay, well.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
شلون؟
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But
هذه هنا.
right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But
Well,
Oh,
that's
the
just
ghost about
because
But she has legs and stuff.
She's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
صدق انا هذا انا بعض الاحيان باللعب شوي.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
هذه احد اغبى اللحظات صراحه بالجزء كله.
Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
كيوكو's glove قفزات.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
صح.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
يا غبيك انت. هذه اغبى شيء بهالجزء هذا. هاللحظة هذه.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
اضربيه كف تكفين قل ها.
The body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This
حمارات.
entire discussion is idiotic.
صادق اول مرة اتفق معه. نروح نعمل فيك نيلز.
Okay, then prove
The dead body
they got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
خطأ.
No.
الأظافر. فيك نيلز.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
Yep.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
آخر واحد يتكلم أنت.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
حلو فهمت
It should
الحين؟
have been obvious since she's standing right here.
ايش تبي نثبت لك بعد ان السما زرقاء؟
Okay, so then, who's the real victim?
ولا
First, we need to figure that out.
ولا مثل ذولاك اللي يقولون الأرض مسطحة مب دائرية.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
صح. The identity of the victim. موكورو ايكوسابا. ما في حد غيره.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And
صح.
there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
لا خطأ. The one thing they can tell us was the victim's own body.
If Kyoko really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any Well, if we can't identify the body...
غلط. الوشم.
That's wrong.
ولازم نشوف الوجه.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
قايل لكم ما حد منكم لاحظ.
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
تستدعين شو يسمونه جينيسايد.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
كل تبن انت بعد.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
وش قاعد يصير هنا؟ الشخصية هذه كل ما تتكلم تسأل عن اشياء كثيرة هنا.
Seriously? They really did something something that humiliating?
حمار انت بعد
No,
اسكت.
that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
يب. If you can put that tattoo to وش كان اسمها موكورو ايكوسابا's profile.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mookuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
معناتها الجثة موكورو.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir. ليش ما جاني ليش العب هاند مانز جامبت؟ كان يجاني خيارات. وولف.
Now I understand.
ليش ما اخذت قرار صدق؟ بعض الاسئله هنا قرارات باللعبه تخليني احتار شوي.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man!
اخيرا عرفت قال شيء زين.
We finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
صادق والله.
Wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly.
موكورو
The
ايكوسابا.
body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mookuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right.
طيب اذا كانت هي ميتة شلون راح قاعد يتحكم فيك انت؟
The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mookuro Ikusaba.
What? Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mookuro was the mastermind at all.
يعني كانت واحدة بس ما له دخل.
Being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
صح.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
الحمد لله انه جاوا بدل ما يقول هي كانت شيء ثاني ثم يقول موكورو يجاوب عنه شيء يجاوب.
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Yep.
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mookuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
بس للأسف هنا ما في شيء
So
ثاني.
you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It
صدق.
must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
ليه؟
How can we trust that? We already know your information about Mookuro was wrong.
صح عندك شيء ثاني
My
تقولينه؟
information was not wrong.
شلون؟
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mookuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
طيب.
Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this, no
What's that?
matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
طيب.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record.
شلون؟
The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What
طيب
you're saying
فهمنا
is that
الحين.
both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then one of us killed Mookuro?
من هو؟
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
ما اتوقع لا.
There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mookuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
علمي
Get a
علمك.
hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects. I'm
عرفت
sure you
مين.
realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
انا وكيوكو.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
يعني ما عندنا دليل، ما عندنا عذر.
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma.
صح.
The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto.
يعني هذا
That's why we're
سبب.
able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
وبعد الناس قليلين. سبقنا ميا كيوكو.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you
يمكن.
want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
حلو. الجثة ما كانت موجودة
So the
ب10.
murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
9
The one
شوي.
who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
كانت 9.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So
حلو.
we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock.
احنا الحين ضبطنا وقت فريم يعني من 10 الليل الى 9 الصبح.
But I'm
فترة
sure
طويلة
I
مرة.
met everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah!
7.
Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
حلو. الجريمة صارت بين 10 و9 وهو ما عنده عذر من 10 إلى 7:30. Looks like the game has begun. I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen. طيب. حلو. إذا ما تقدر تثبت إن عندك عذر، اثبت إن الجريمة صارت بذا الوقت. Sprinkles, closing body, fragment.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
طيب.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
There's something that happens in the garden. Sprinkles,
We've
sprinklers.
established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 and 9 o'clock in the morning.
اصبر. وين sprinklers؟ Come to demonic 7:30. The time is possible to change. It can be assumed that the body had been in the garden before 7:30. Time getting wet.
Morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
احنا ورا غلط.
Shoot!
طب شوي.
We've established
أظني
it
عرفت.
took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep.
And Makoto.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
ممتاز.
That's more than enough time. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
بس. الخبرة ذي
We've established a time frame. for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto got...
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Shoot!
طيب هو قال في شيء يصير بالحديقة ذاك الوقت.
For the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
دبن ما صارت الساعة 10.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
صح.
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
وضبح مويه للي
Hold on. I
متروشة.
remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
ليه؟ لأني أنا كبيت عليه مويه.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
ما قلت شيء.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean?
لأني أنا كبيت عليه مويه.
Denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
بياكو تكفى قل اسكتي.
You're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why.
طيب أقول. لا تقول لي تب. لا. ظني عرفت. أوه.
I admit nothing. I
Oh, لا.
hate you.
واو.
No, no, no. I don't know anything. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me?
لا.
Nothing.
Ouch.
I hate you. No, no, no. I don't know anything. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me?
إيه.
I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no.
حلو.
How can you say
بوم.
This should prove it.
أخيرا ها اقتنعتي. ساعة ما بغينا.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
كانت
The top
ناشفة.
half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
صح.
so they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
مثلك.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
يعني أنا كبيت عليها مويه.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
أخيرا.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
يعني هو ما قدر يسويها.
There's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
مبروك.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
صح. Which means the Mokuro's killer is.
I'd just like to say one thing.
في ذكرت الظاهر خلنا بخزن لأنه هنا في شيء بدي أسويه الحين. بيدينا لحظة أليمة.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
وشو؟
She thought Mookuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mookuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then...
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Yes, كبت مكورو على طول.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
يتكلم عن التارب.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
عشان يلخبطونا بالوقت.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
يا ساتر انكبت مكورو بلحظة. The body.
Wait. Something's not right.
الدم. ليش ما جاء على عليا؟
And what might that be?
الدم وشلون ما جاء؟
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
غلط شوف الجثة قبل.
That's wrong.
شلون ما جاء الدم عليا؟
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right?
صح.
Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
طب ليش مسح جزء؟
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
اوه كان يجيب شيء.
More than
كان
that,
اكتشف شيء.
what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
شلون؟
What
The
if,
blood was a camouflage?
after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
الدجاجة.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No.
لا
That's
ما
not
اتوقع.
what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
تتكلم عن الدجاجة.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
ايه. لأن كان خمس
When I
فجأة
checked the
اختفت
chicken
واحدة.
coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
ايه.
Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. You should have at least eaten it.
هذا أهم شيء
I
تاكله.
wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
What's
You
that?
said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
صح.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
لا.
I think so.
لا لو تلاحظ مقلوب كان.
No. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
صح. شلون يطلع شلون ما شفناهم؟
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
شلون؟
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
ظاهري
Oh,
إيه.
no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Oh.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must
ساتر.
admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
ساتر كيوكو انكبتني.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin.
لا.
See? Pretty good idea, right?
لا.
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
إيه.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
السكينة حقتي.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
بالسكين.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
Uh-oh.
It's not that I hid it. It's just.
قل لهم يا اخي واحد هجمك بالليل امس.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
12,000. ساتر الحين كل القضية ذي علي كلهم حتى كيوكو.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? so there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What? What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
لحظة. وقال له طعنه الموت after the top was removed, thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we... It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had that automatic?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
لا.
Right?
لا.
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mookuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No,
لا.
don't you remember? The
تذكر.
killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it.
وش راح يغطي الكوت وهو عايش؟
In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point,
معناته شيء ثاني ذبحها.
obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, there's no way that's possible. The body was written down for everyone to see. Monokuma file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
يا حمار.
The knife
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
صح.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant
عشان على طول
us to
اوتوماتيك.
latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but
قولي.
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use,
Yes,
you'd
I
know
do.
the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
Okay.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
طيب. كان القنبلة اللي طلعناها من مونوكوما. ما فيها جد عندها فراغمنت.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
حلو، انا راح اوقف مقطع الحين شباب، يعطيكم الف عافيه على المشاهده. ان شاء الله رجعنا نكمل القضيه ونشوف ايش السالفه الحين مع وراك يوكو قلبت علينا وكل شيء قام يصير الحين شين. كان معكم اخوكم عبد السلام ومع السلامه.